talking vaping, included with Pacific Vapes. And today I'm doing a line on a review on a line that I was very pleasantly surprised with. That's not to say that I was expecting it to be bad or anything like that. It was just, to be honest, I probably wasn't fully expecting it to hit me the way that it did, which is not a bad thing. It's always nice to be surprised or caught off guard or something like that in a good way. This is in a very positive light. The company that I am referring to is Howling Moon E Juice. Their website is at howlingmoonejuice.com. It is started and run by a gentleman by the name of Jackie McGatha. I hope I said that right. His reasoning behind starting this company is that he likes he is a vapor, but he wanted to vape fruit flavors because he's actually allergic to most fruits, according to his bio. So he realized that he was able to actually vape fruit-flavored vapes without the effects that eating fruit actually has on him. Obviously, being allergic to them, they basically would really mess with him, and, why would you willingly want to do something or eat something that's going to make you have a bad reaction? So he discovered flavors that worked for him, that let him enjoy the flavors of fruits that he missed out on, and he was able to make them, and then discovered, like with other people that are getting into the juice making business, is that other people started liking them, so he started making it for a more public appeal. He does not share a whole lot of info on his site about the behind the scenes of the company, so to speak. I'm sure if you reached out to him or asked him, you would be able to get more information. I'm sure he'd be more than willing to share it. Most companies nowadays and most owners and operators are open and willing to share their information, especially when it comes down to the process and what they do to ensure the quality of their product, especially with all the stuff that's going on with vaping as a whole. With that, on a quick side note, if you haven't reached out to your local congressman, the Senate, anything partaking into the bill that they're trying to pass and just further banning vaping, period, definitely reach out. It only takes a couple of seconds. Reach out, do that. We need to let people know that this is not something that they should be taking away from us or banning us from doing. So when you have a second, please, let your voice join others that are partaking into this venture, and let's try to get that taken care of. With that, this company, again, like I said, on their website, I believe if you sign in or set up an account, it'll give you a full pricing as far as, and the various NIC levels that are available for this line. I do apologize that I don't have that fully on hand. That is my fault. But Mr. McGatha and his company were gracious enough to send me a set of their flavors to try. There are 6 flavors that I was graciously shared. They are Blurberry, which is just a blend of various berries. It's not meant to taste like any specific berry, so you will not generally pick a specific one out, but it definitely has a very fruit punchy type berry blend, but not too sweet, which is good. Hypnotic Fields, which is a blueberry cream, definitely opens with the blueberry taste, but is gently covered with the cream so that you do get a smoother vape with that, and it's not the overpowering sweet blueberry. A Serene stream, which basically is just a peach flavor. If you've ever just eaten a ripe peach right as it hits its juicy point, this definitely is reminiscent of that. Nitrax which is a creamy custard with just a hint of caramel. At least I didn't pick up a whole lot of it, but it was enough to give it just a little bit of a sweetness to it, which was nice because I'm not a huge sugar person or candy person. So that tends to kind of deter me if it's too much. But this did have just enough to where it gave it a sweetness over the custard, so that it wasn't basically just a plain custard taste. Shadow Walk, which unfortunately this is one I did not try, however, because it is their tobacco flavor. It's meant to just be a smooth, full-bodied tobacco flavor. I don't vape tobacco flavored juices. I try to stay away from them when I can. And then one that I got, I could not find a flavor profile for. I don't know if it's a new flavor or one that they either it didn't do well, or it was just one that they tried out and they're cycling out and trying to make room for something else. But it is Autumn Meadow. Now, I'm not sure why, because when I vape this, you can't really see it in there, but it's basically gone. I really, really dug this flavor. It actually reminded me of, it tastes like it's their cereal flavor, and I tend to starting to lean towards those a little bit more for some reason, but I enjoyed this one very much, and like I said, as you can see, they are amber bottles, they are glass, but it is basically empty. So I'm hoping that maybe it was just a typo, or that it's something that they're fixing or revamping and they're going to bring back. But other than that, there's not a whole lot there. Now, as far as nic levels, it is marked on the side of the bottle. It is in a 0, a 3, a 6, or a 12. They do offer two styles. These top two options is a Max VG, which is the set that they sent me, or 50/50 for people that prefer using tanks. They did send me the 3 nic level, and there is your warning label as well, with the wolf in front of the moon. And I mean, for what it is a simple label, but it still has a very artistic look to it. So it still is very clean and very cool to look at. But there's not a whole lot to it, so they didn't try to like drown it in an advertising aspect of it. There is the flavor, there is their company logo, and these, I don't know if you can really tell, but these come with a child safety cap, which is very sturdy. But if you can see this ring right there on the bottom, this ring is attached to this top cap. Now, again, like with the seals that are coming on most bottles, if that cap and ring are separated, do not use it. If you were not the one that separated it, don't touch it, because obviously it means that something happened or it came loose. Now, once you break that seal, this just spins until you actually apply pressure to take this off. So he does ensure that the quality of their product is met, because again, like with everybody else, since there's so many different companies popping up nowadays and so many people trying to make juices and stuff that want to make more affordable juices, better quality juices, everybody's got to make sure that they dot their I's, cross their T's, especially with all the, like I said, with all the Congress, Senate, government issues going on nowadays. They're looking for any reason whatsoever to pretty much ban this altogether, or cut this out, or basically tell us we can't. We're supposed to have freedom of choice, yet it's freedom of choice of what's given to us. So with that said, I'm going to do the Autumn Meadow one, as I stated that this one was one that I really, really enjoyed when I tried this. And overall, there is something to be said about, simplicity, but, still has a little bit of, a little bit of, I don't even know what the word is, a little bit of extravagance, I guess. Like I said, nothing super fancy about the line, but it vapes well. Flavor is abundant. It is a very solid line. Honestly, most people would probably look at it and basically not, think twice about it unless they've tried it themselves already or somebody mentions it to them to try. But I'm telling you, if you aren't willing to at least give it a shot, you're actually missing out. As I said, I was very pleasantly surprised with this line, and I apologize, ahead of time that I didn't give it the full expectations that I tried to with other lines. Not really sure why. Nothing about it says that it was bad. However, once I started vaping them and I tried each individual flavor, I was very, very surprised about how solid a line this was. So with that said, Autumn Meadows, as everybody knows, I start on a 56. Max CG, gray clouds, just as you can see. All day, every day, clouds. Flavor, it is definitely a cereal taste, at least to me it is. And it's a very enjoyable one because it's not super sugary, it's not super in your face, it's just enough to give that reasoning for you to continue vaping it. Clouds. Just not much more can be said about that. Take this up to 64 real fast. I could cloud up this whole camera thing real quick with this. Just amazing, amazing, amazing cloud production, amazing flavor out of a line that most people would not have thought twice of. I'm telling you, definitely give this line a shot. It is most absolutely worth the investment just to try it once. I guarantee most people will be shocked. The flavor is, like I said, is very abundant. It is very strong, but not too strong to where it's an in-your-face, not make you want to vape it the rest of the day. This line is definitely an all-day vape line. Again, Autumn Meadows, I'm really hoping that this is a flavor that they're going to continue to carry. If not, if this is the only chance I had to try it, it was definitely worth it. All the other flavors were definitely on point. They tasted the way that they were supposed to. As you could tell, the cloud production was most definitely there. HowlingMoonEjuice.com, definitely check them out. Definitely give them a shot. If your shop by you already carries it and you haven't had a chance to try it yet, or if you just haven't thought to try it, go down, ask to try it. You will not regret it. If your shop does not carry it, have them reach out to Howling Moon E-Juice and say, hey, we'd like to try to get some samples to try out, or we'd like to try to pick up your line. It is a great, great, great line to have. There is not a disappointment factor in this at all. Nothing about any of the flavors that I tried would I change. I actually am very pleased with the way that they were done overall. Bottles are well put together. They do have this child safety cap on them with the safety ring as well. So it may not have the full seal on it, but they are taking steps to show that there is a safety precaution there. Amber bottles, they are very solid. The labels are nice to look at as well. Overall, it is just a well put together line, nothing too extravagant. Basically, how they say that the pudding is in the product, so to speak. The money is in the flavor. Definitely want to give this a definite serious try. You will be pleased with it. I'm not going to say that everybody in the world is going to take to it and go, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. I very rarely think that there's going to be somebody who's going to try and say, wow, that's the worst thing that I've ever tasted. I don't see that happening. It is a very solid, well put together line. Mr. McGatha, Howling Moon E-Juice, thank you again so much for the opportunity to try your line. I am honored and humbled. Again, I do apologize that I did not openly give it the fair advantage that I have with some other lines, but I'm glad that I didn't, because the surprise that it gave me was very enjoyable. I now realize that I should not assume something just off of what I know or what I see. And I'm very grateful for the opportunity to have tried your line. It is a great, great line, just 100% down the line. Um, as I stated, howlingmoonejuice.com. They're on Facebook. They do have an Instagram as well. Give them a follow. Give them a like. Hit them up on their website. Folks, tokenvaping@gmail.com. I'm also with Pacific Vapes. Anything out there that you guys want to see reviewed, devices, wire, cotton, juice, anything that you guys have a question about, anything that I can help further the knowledge and help promote different companies out there that may not have all the money that they can advertise like some of the bigger companies. So they depend on word of mouth, they depend on reviews, they depend on customers and things like that. Anything that I can do to help further advance and promote the actual art of true vaping, I am more than humbled, I am more than blessed, I am more than willing and wanting to do. I can't thank everybody enough. My Instagram, I broke 1,600 followers the other day. I am so amazed, shocked, surprised, and blessed by that. Anything, any advice, any constructive criticism, any thank yous, any highs, hellos, follows, likes, subscribers, anything, I am so very grateful for. I enjoy doing this all day, every day, as long as I can. Anything that I can do for you vapors, let me know, please. Until next time, Token Vaping, employed with Pacific Vapes. This was for HowlingMoonEjuice.com. Definitely check them out. Until then, vape on, vape strong. Have a good night.